Hello and welcome along to the South Paris Arena for day 2 of the Goalball at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. We've got a brilliant session coming up for you. In the men's, the United States of America take on Brazil, and then we turn our attention to the women's side of the competition as Brazil take on Israel. I'm delighted to welcome you along to Goalball, which is unique to the Paralympic Games and is played by athletes with a vision impairment. It's a sport that requires great physical and mental strength, and communication and trust is vital amongst the players and coaching staff. The simple aim of Goalball is to try and score a goal past your opponent and into the back of the net. It sounds simple, but it's very hard indeed. Players warming up out on the court. Players throw the ball using a variety of different techniques, including the 180 degrees turn, full rotation, and even some players throw the ball between their legs. Teams consist of 6 players, with 3 members playing at any one time. You are allowed substitutions throughout the match. Here is our first match of the session. The current Paralympic gold medalists, Brazil, against the 4th ranked team in the world, the United States of America. Brazil going through their warm-ups. They use a variety of different throwing techniques. That full rotation throw. Lots of skill and practice goes into perfecting those throws. One to watch for Brazil, Leymon Moreno, second highest scorer at Tokyo 2020, 25 goals in total. Fabulous player. For the United States of America, Callahan Young, certainly one to keep tabs on. 20 goals in Tokyo. All players are required to wear patches and blackout eye masks to ensure a level playing field for all players. The players going through their throwing warm-up, and the ball that they are throwing is similar size to a basketball and has 2 bells inside, which enables the players to hear the ball. Our referees from Japan and Greece. Ball weighs 1.25 kilograms, which is similar to a standard bag of sugar that you'd find at home. And players can use any parts of their body to block the ball. The court is separated into 3 sections. Either side of the centre line is the neutral area, and the areas in front of the goals are the team area. Starting threes for Brazil. Raymond Moreno in from the start, as is Jose Marcelo Souza, joint top scorer in Tokyo, 26 goals. Tyler Merrin also starting for the United States of America, competing at his 5th Paralympic Games. He made his debut in Athens 20 years ago. When the players throw the ball, it has to bounce twice, once in the team area, which is directly in front of the goal, and once in the neutral area, either side of the centre line. The court lines are slightly raised in order for the players to navigate their way around the court. Players can also use the frame of the goal to position themselves for their throws. Brazil, 3-time ISR world champions. And Brazil have won the last 3 world championships. The referees checking the eye shades and the patching on the players. A process that is conducted before the start of the game and before the start of the second half. The United States of America, gold medalists 40 years ago at the 1984 Paralympic Games. Their latest Paralympic medal was in Rio in 2016. They secured the silver medal. Keith Young, head coach of the United States of America, has been coached since 2019. And Jonatas Castro, Brazil head coach.
On my left. USA is on my right. I'd like to remind everyone to keep quiet when the ball is in play and switch off your mobile phones. Thank you. Brazil starts with the ball. Quiet, please. Center.
Here we go then. United States of America taking on Brazil. And the first throw. Raymond Moreno. Tyler Merrin competing in his 5th Paralympic Games. Using the frame of the goal to position himself on the court. Players can use the frame of the goal and also the court lines, which are slightly raised. It enables players, whilst they are lying down, to block the ball, to navigate their way around the court. Quick reply from Callahan Young. That's often a tactic used in goalball to try and catch out your opponent. You have 10 seconds to return the ball once you have blocked the ball. And we've got up to a fast start this morning. Players can use a range of different throwing techniques. Ball rotation throw is a skill that is perfected over time. They have to keep their balance whilst also gripping the ball tightly. And it enables them to generate power and speed in their throws. Emerson Ernesto, the centre player for Brazil. In goalball, you have a centre player and two wing players. The centre player often coordinates the defence. Brilliant throw and an equally brilliant save. And Tyler Merrin. Leymon Moreno in close. So players get in position on the floor when making a defensive block, often raising their hip to try and deflect the ball over the top of the crossbar. Compared to most Paralympic sports, the venue has to be completely silent in order for the players to hear the ball. And that's deflected wide from Matt Simpson. Read that ball well. Players will try and aim for those gaps between the centre player and the wing players. And that is a brilliant finish. Perfect pace, brilliant power. And Brazil score the first goal. And it's Leymon Moreno. 25 goals in Tokyo. And he gets his first of the game. So the ball crosses the centre line. which means it's a ball over. So Brazil will throw again. If you can't regather the ball after you make the block and it crosses over the centre line, they have another throw. That one is blocked this time and regathered, which is often the role of the centre player. Has to be alert to try and regather the ball after the initial defensive action. Ernesto for Brazil. To his centre counterpart. That's a good block also from Moreno. So all the players on the court have to play a role in their attacking and defensive duties. Some players in goalball, the centre player doesn't throw the ball at all, but on this occasion, the United States of America and Brazil, both centre players getting involved in the attacking phase of play. Ball rotation throw from Damon Moreno. One of the very best. He has such a smooth action. Generates a lot of speed in his throws, and that's a brilliant reply from the United States of America. Callahan Young squeezed the ball through that gap. Tremendous throw from Callahan Young. Known as the 2-meter man because of his size. Well, that power that he generated. Brilliant throw from Callahan Young. Players often change up their throws. Some players really dig the ball into the court to try and generate some bounce, whilst other players fizz the ball across the court, almost skims along. Souza for Brazil. That one is blocked by the United States of American goal scorer, Callahan Young. Good work from Ernesto, stopping the ball from crossing the centre line, stopping a ball over. Quick reply from Ernesto. Sometimes it doesn't come off, especially when you throw quickly after making the defensive action. If you don't give yourself a moment to go back to the crossbar or use the tactile court lines, and that is an exceptional finish right into the corner. And the United States of America turn this game around from 1-0 down to 2-1 ahead, and it's Callahan Young. Great start to the match for Callahan Young. And a timeout has been called by Brazil. Teams can take 4 timeouts in total during a match. One of those timeouts has to be taken before half-time unless you lose it. And this is an opportunity for Brazil just to reorganize. current Paralympic gold medalists are behind here in the opening quarter of the game. Oh, and that is scintillating from Leymon Moreno. That fizzed across the court. Well, players can generate speeds of up to 38 miles per hour. And Moreno, one of the very best at generating those high speed throws. That was perfection from Leymon Moreno. A different style of throw there from Simpson, really digging it into the court. And that is another fabulous bouncing effort. And just like that, Brazil now lead by 3 goals to 2. Only 30 seconds ago, they were behind. And Emerson Ernesto dug that ball into the court and generating that bounce, which makes it so hard for the players to pick up the ball when it hangs in the air. All over. Good response from the United States of America. So when that ball crosses over the centre line after you've made your defensive action, if you can't regather the ball, you have to concede it back to your opponents and they'll have another opportunity to throw. Crowd were desperate to give a warm applause for that save, but they have to be quiet during the game once that ball is in play. Total silence in the arena. And a first personal penalty against the United States of America for a high ball. So Callahan Young didn't throw the ball before the team area. So it has to bounce twice, and it has to bounce once in your team area. Oh, and that is textbook from Leymon Moreno. No mistake there. Matt Simpson comes off for the United States of America and will be replaced by Christian King. Streaks of red and blue hair matching up to the United States flag. A memorable moment this for Christian King, competing at his first Paralympic Games. And it's nearly a perfect start. And the United States of America, straight after the substitution, get within 1 of Brazil. Callahan-Young scores his third. Christian King with his first throw towards Ernesto. This time takes a moment to go back to the frame of the goal. Long ball given against Moreno. So the ball did not bounce in the neutral area, which are the two areas either side of the centre line. And he will have to defend this throw all by himself. It's going to be Tyler Merrin who's going to throw this one. And scores! No mistake from Tyler Merrin. And we're all square. USA 4, Brazil 4. Lehman Moreno positioned himself in the centre. It's often a bit of a guessing game at times with penalties. And Moreno decided to put himself in the centre of the court. Pushed himself high up to the neutral area to try and block the ball. Didn't work on this occasion. Substitution for Brazil. Jose Marcelo Souza coming off. And Andre Dantas coming on. 29 goals at the IPSA 2022 World Championships. Such a talented squad, Brazil. So many options in the team to change things up. 4-4. So officials time out for an equipment check. Players on the court cannot touch their eye shades unless they have permission from the referee. All of the eye shades blackout. So it's a level playing field amongst all the players. Christian King hugging that crossbar so he can just position himself. He uses a rotation throw, as does Lehman Moreno. Range of different techniques, but the full rotation throw is often the one used. It's a blend of balance and skill and accuracy. And that is perfect. Into the corner of the net. And Brazil retake the lead. And it's Andre Dantas with his first goal. And talking of accuracy, that was perfectly placed. Well, players try and generate a bit of spin on the ball when they throw it down the court. Trying to catch out their opponents. Block from Christian King this time. A real test for King, playing in his first Paralympic Games. Facing up to a very talented Brazil side as USA hit back once again. And that burst through that gap of Ernesto and Dantas and Callahan Young, who's having a fantastic time of it. Scores his 4th of the match. Thinking to do for the Brazil head coach, Castro. Coached the team to gold at the IPSA World Championships in Matosinhos in Portugal. Oh, and that just squeezes through all 3 of the United States players. Christian King desperately tried to cover in behind the goal, but that power from Lema Moreno, too much for the United States. And trying to close off that gap between the centre and the wing players is often part of goalball and is practice. And it's a thing that you really have to perfect over time. Try and work in pairs. Christian King saves it on that occasion and does well. Sometimes it's not just the initial save that you have to think about. You also have to get into position quickly to react to a potential second save. And Christian King giving us a real good example of how that is done. Reacted quickly, got back into a defensive position on the line, blocked the ball. Good bouncing effort and an equally brilliant save. Ernesto enjoyed that one. Moreno, a run-up and a full rotation, trying to build up as much momentum as he can. It's an incredibly difficult task to run and turn with the ball, especially if you're running at an angle. That takes years of hard work to train up for. Good response from Tyler Merrin, who's moved into the centre of the United States of America after starting the match on the right wing. Shows the versatility that Tyler Merrin has in the game. And Christian King, what a moment for him. He gets his first goal of the match in his first Paralympic Games. Expertly placed. Great pace, brilliant bounce. And Christian King, a moment to treasure. It's 6-6. Dantas moving towards the left of the court, just switching things up, Brazil, trying different methods, different players in different positions, just trying to catch their opponent out. And that one bounces up into the air and into the back of the net. Great reply from Brazil. And neither Young or King could get back in time after the initial save. It was a wicked delivery from Ernesto. Tyler Merrin was hoping that ball would sail over the top of the crossbar, but it looped into the back of the net. Brazil regain their advantage. And that is a long ball. Christian King forcing that bounce, so it, of course, has to bounce once in your team area and once in the neutral area. And Christian King will have to face this throw from Moreno all by himself. It's a tough ask, and he matches up to that task brilliantly. He got back on his line. He waited patiently and called it right. Christian King, brilliant work. And the fine margins in goalball can make a huge difference. That dummy run from Christian King, another tactic in goalball. Trying to catch out your opponent. You can make noise before the ball is thrown, but once that ball has been released, you have to be completely silent. Otherwise, you will concede a noise penalty. Christian King, confidence growing. A goal and a penalty save. Well, Lehmann Moreno taking that pace off the ball. Varying up his speeds. Christian King nearly caught out, but he goes wide. Half-time between the United States of America and Brazil. And it's been a very entertaining watch.
Scores after first half, Brazil 7, USA 6.
A first half that is twisted one way, then the next. It's Brazil who leads at half-time. Two teams will switch sides of the court, which sometimes can favour some players and teams. depending on which hand you throw with.
What an exciting first half. Powerful throws and lots of goals. Brazil's number 4, Leonardo Moreno, scored 4 times, as well as the USA's number 6, Callahan Young.
Plenty of goals in the first half. Leonardo Moreno has certainly been amongst the goals in this one. As has Callahan Young, brilliant finish into the side of the goal. Moreno going through his book of shots. Brilliant range of shot selection, fizzing across the ground, with some sharp bounce. That one just couldn't be kept out on that occasion. It broke through 3 United States players. United States of America conceding those 2 penalties. Compared to Brazil's 1, penalties can make a huge difference. The referees checking the eye shades of all the players out on the court. We are back underway. Second half between the United States of America and Brazil. Brazil, the current Paralympic gold medalists and current ISR world champions. United States of America, ranked 4th in the world. Callahan Young using the frame of the goal to set himself and slots it into the back of the net. Brilliant start to the second half for the United States of America. And Callahan Young scores his 5th goal of the match. Beautifully tucked away. Players have 10 seconds to throw the ball. Some players decide to count aloud, or of course in their head as well. Time the throw, get the preparation right. Christian King taking a moment to pause. They can use the goal frame, the players. Also the court lines are tactile, slightly raised so they can navigate their way around the court. Range of different throwing techniques. Most popular is the full rotation throw. Players wrap their hand around the ball. They get a firm grip, but they can't manipulate the ball in any way as that one bounces into the back of the net. Dantas records a second goal. And King just leaving a gap between his legs as he pushed his body up off the court. He just couldn't keep that gap closed. It's hard to try and get that right all the time as you move your body up from the court, as you try and deflect the ball over the top of the crossbar. Sometimes you just leave that gap. And sometimes it's all that's needed for a player to score a goal. Timeout called by the United States of America. 45 seconds to have a chat with your players. And it also allows the court to be mopped of any sweat or water. The court needs to be dry. And it allows the players to throw the ball without slipping. And often, as you go later into the game, more times the mop is used. That was certainly very close. Not bouncing in the neutral area. It has to bounce twice, the ball. Once in your team area, which is directly in front of the goal, and once in the neutral area, either side of the centre line. And that is a brilliant finish from Dantas. In terms of accuracy, it doesn't get better than that. In off the inside of the post. So hard for Christian King to defend that one. Brazil open up a 2-goal lead. Work to do for the United States of America. Brazil and the United States have met at the previous 2 Paralympic Games as that squeezes past. Callahan Young. And Brazil are motoring now. Lemon Moreno. With his 5th of the match. Slightly took the pace out of the throw. Got a nice kick off the court and past Callahan Young. It's really hard in a defensive action when you're expecting a ball to come at you with pace. To try and listen to that ball all the way. And the Brazilian team had to listen intently there as it cannoned off the post. The referee just reminding the spectators to be quiet once the ball is in play. Players have to be able to listen to the ball as it's live. United States of America beaten Brazil the last two Paralympic Games, Tokyo and Rio. And at the moment, Brazil have the advantage. Christian King trying to change things up. That spin on the ball. Moreno, a real master at changing the ball and the speed and the spin. There's a real art to throwing in goalball. It's not simply just trying to throw it as hard as you can. Sometimes it's the spin and taking a little bit of pace off the throw that can cause a huge amount of problems. Keith Young, the USA coach, calm in his demeanor. The USA just need to reset here. Brazil building up some good momentum. And it's continuing for Brazil. Ernesto with another one. It's been a brilliant second half performance from Brazil. And despite the efforts of two United States players, there was nothing they could really do to stop that throw. From Ernesto. Christian King. And off the court to have a quick chat with Keith Young, his coach. And using that frame of the goal to realign himself. Ball rotation throw from Moreno. Ernesto, the centre player for Brazil, with a excellent throw. An equally good save from Callahan Young. The ball is being dried off here. This is the point of the match where the sweat really drips down onto the court and onto the ball. It needs to be as dry as possible. It allows the players to grip the ball better. You can't manipulate the ball in any way. You can't squeeze it or deliberately make the ball wet.
Yes, I like it right here. Set. Splash.
Callahan Young switching things up. Players don't have to stay on the left or right in the centre. They can move about the team area, open up different options and change up the angle of their throws. That is a ball over. Brilliant throw from Dantas. He got everything behind that throw. And it just allows Brazil to have another go at throwing once again at the United States of America. That mop being floored. I believe it was Tyler Merrin who slipped slightly as he was chasing after that ball to try and prevent the ball over. That ball crossing over the centre line. Close from Christian King. Tyler Merrin comes off for the United States of America. And Matt Simpson comes on for the USA. Part of the team who secured the silver medal in Rio. Simpson comes to meet that ball. A lot of purpose, attacking that ball, blocking it. Response from the United States of America since the substitution. Take two with the throw. Callahan Young takes control and nearly secures another goal for the United States of America. Brilliant block from Dantas. Using his full body to block the ball and also just raising his leg to clear it away. Great anticipation from Dantas. Teams only have 10 seconds to return the ball after you've made your defensive block. That's why often teams will count aloud to give players an indicator of how long they have left to release the ball. Brazil just turning it up a notch. In the previous two throws, quick returns. tactic to try and catch out your opponent, not giving them a chance to set. Leymon Moreno coming off for Brazil. 25 goals in Tokyo, 36 goals at the IPSA 2022 World Championships, and 4 goals against the United States of America. Solid performance from Leymon Moreno. As Jose Marcelo Souza comes on. Christian King comes off the court. Big experience for Christian King coming up against the #1 ranked team in the world, Brazil. I'm sure he learnt a lot from playing against some of the best players in the world. Sean Faison on for the United States of America, and he is receiving a lot of encouragement. Nice save, just to settle the nerves, beating in your first Paralympic Games. That experience of Callahan Young will really help Sean Faison. Will be eager to impress. Callahan Young hugging the top of the crossbar, just moving with the ball, trying to create as little sound as possible. Players will tiptoe round the team area to try and catch out their opposition. Nice response from Faison. An equally solid block by Brazil. No messing about by Souza. Sean Faison eager to release that ball early, and that is beautiful. Jose Marcelo Souza plants it into the back of the net. No mistake from Souza. His first goal of the game. That was simply superb from Souza. Timeout called by Brazil with 2 minutes remaining. They are in a commanding position. The current Paralympic gold medalists and world champions. There was only 1 goal between the two teams at half-time, but Brazil have seized the initiative in this second half. Five goals to the United States, 1 in the second half. They've cranked it up a gear. That's always the difficulty when trying to release the ball early. If you don't give yourself a chance to set yourself, it's a tactic that comes with risk, but does come with reward if you get it right. But if you don't have an opportunity to set yourself using the court markings that are slightly raised and the frame of the goal to position yourself, and this time the youngster concedes a long ball penalty. The ball didn't bounce in the neutral area. It has to bounce twice, once in your team area, once in your neutral area. Team area directly in front of the goal. The neutral area either side of the centre line. Fail to do this and you concede a personal penalty and you have to face up to a throw all by yourself. Satorino off the bench and into the back of the net. That's how to make a start. Immediate impact. From Paulo Satorino. And Callahan Young responds for the United States of America. And there was plenty of space between the centre and the right winger. Satorino just coming on, so just getting used to being out on court and setting himself. Ideally, that gap needs to be much closer. This is the point of the game where every defensive block is celebrated like a goal. Satorino. White. Got that one right. Callahan Young. Six goals in the game. Made a big impact for the USA during the match. And it's replaced by Zion Walker, beating in his first Paralympic Games. So 2 players for the United States. Basin and Walker. making their first appearance at Paralympic Games. Walker, saved by Satanino. He really enjoyed that one. Good work by Walker, smothering that ball. Timeout called by the United States of America. Brazil have lost to the United States previous 2 Paralympic Games. On course to secure victory today. .3 seconds remaining. Brazil taking their time, trying to use up all of their 10 seconds to throw the ball. Full time, and that means a lot to Brazil. The current Paralympic gold medalists secure the win against the United States of America, to the delight of their supporters in the crowd. United States of America certainly made it a close game in that first half. Callahan Young with an excellent performance. 6 goals to his name. A good test for some of the United States newer players. Christian King, big hug to Neymar Moreno. It was certainly close at half-time, only the 1 goal in it, but Brazil moved up through the gears in the second half and were excellent. They tightened up their defence. They were clinical in attack. And are receiving a great appreciation from the crowd here at the South Paris Arena.
Paralympic Games. Please stick around. The next game here at South Paris Arena. 6 for Goalball is a women's preliminary round match between Brazil and Israel at 10:30 a.m. Your tickets for the session are good for both games. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day and enjoy the
great support for the United States of America. They certainly gave them moments to cheer. Plenty of positives, things to work on for the United States of America. Brazil, winners by 13 goals to 8. Fantastic performance, certainly in that second half, by the current Paralympic gold medalists.
Le comité d'organisation de Paris 2024 tient à remercier tous les volontaires pour le temps et le dévouement qu'ils consacrent à la réussite des Jeux paralympiques de Paris 2024.
Oh, not much between the sides in terms of throws and blocks, but that all-important statistic at the top. Brazil 13 goals to 8.
Paralympic Games a success.
The United States of America want to try and shore up those concessions of the penalties. Brazil victorious.
Merci de porter attention aux écrans vidéo pour revivre les meilleurs moments du match.
Please direct your attention to the video board for highlights from the first game. Ladies and gentlemen, very shortly starting women's preliminary game, Brazil against Israel. Brazil played yesterday 3-3 draw game against Turkey, and Israel is starting their tournament today. Brazil plays 4th and Israel plays 6th in Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. We will have an exciting game very soon.
aux athlètes. Merci d'accueillir les équipes du Brésil et celles d'Israël.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet our athletes. Please welcome the teams Brazil and Israel.
Nous allons maintenant découvrir les joueuses de l'équipe du Brésil.
Now it's time to meet the players from Brazil.
Numéro 1.
Number 1, Giovanna Moura.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Gabriele Brito.
Numéro 5.
Number 5, Monisa Lima.
Numéro 6.
Number 6, Katia Silva.
Numéro 7.
Number 7, Daniele Lugnini.
Et numéro 8.
Number 8, Jessica Pitorino.
Et l'entraîneur.
Coach Alessandro Tosin.
Et l'entraîneur assistant.
Assistant coach Luciana Müller.
Et le staff.
Staff Monica Freitas.
Nous allons maintenant découvrir les joueuses de l'équipe israélienne. Numéro 1.
Now it's time to meet the players from Israel.
Numéro 1.
Number 1, Elham Mohamed.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Noah Malika.
Numéro 3.
Number 3, Golham Rani.
Numéro 4.
Number 4, Omar Mizrahi.
Numéro 5.
Number 5, Roni Ohayon.
Et numéro 6.
Number 6, Lihi Ben David.
Et l'entraîneur.
Coach Raz Soham.
Et l'assistant de l'entraîneur.
Assistant coach Mohamed Abu Ayash.
Et le staff.
Staff Ronen Gottlieb.
Et les arbitres sont...
Referees are Patrick Larsson from Sweden and Claude Dagenet from Canada.
Et maintenant, pour partager l'esprit sportif international, la traditionnelle poignée de main d'avant-match des deux équipes.
And now in a show of international sportsmanship, both teams will exchange pre-game handshakes.
Les équipes vont maintenant s'échauffer. Nous vous rappelons que le silence est très important dans cette compétition et nous demandons de respecter la haute concentration dont les athlètes doivent faire preuve dans ce sport.
The teams will now warm up, and we remind you that silence is highly important for this competition. Athletes require high concentration, therefore we expect everyone to act in a respectful manner during the competition.
Welcome back to day 2 coverage of the Goalball at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. We have already had one brilliant match so far in the session. And we now turn our attention to our second game and the women's side of the tournament as Brazil take on Israel. It's an incredibly tough group, a very competitive group. This is another intriguing matchup. I'm delighted to welcome you along to the sports of goalball, which is unique to the Paralympic Games and is played by athletes with a vision impairment. It's a sport that requires a lot of concentration, plenty of physical strength, and communication is crucial between all the players and the coaching staff. The simple aim of goalball is to try and throw the ball past your opponents and into the back of the goal. Brazil taking on Israel. Brazil 4th ranked in the world against Israel, silver medalists at the recent IPSA European Championships, Montenegro. Brazil team featuring the likes of Daniel Longini. 10 goals at the 2022 World Championships. As for Israel, Lihi Ben David, exceptional player, 13 goals in Tokyo. In goalball, the team consists of 6 players, with 3 members of the team playing at any one time. All players are required to wear patches and blackout eye masks to ensure a level playing field for all players.
Il lui reste 5 minutes avant le début du match. Voici les 3 premières joueuses à représenter le Brésil sur le terrain.
There are 5 minutes remaining until the start of the competition. Now the starting lineup for Brazil.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Gabriel.
Numéro 5.
Our refereeing team from Sweden and Canada.
Numéro 7.
Number 7, Daniel Longini.
Et voici les 3 premières joueuses à représenter l'Israël sur le terrain.
Now the starting lineup for Israel.
Numéro 4.
Number 4, Mizrahi.
Numéro 5.
Number 5, Ohio.
Et numéro 6.
Number 6,
Crowd ready to go at the South Paris Arena. The starting 3 for Israel, including Lihi Ben David. 21 goals the last 2 Paralympic Games. As for Brazil, Daniel Longini, always a very exciting player to watch. Players can use a variety of different throwing techniques, including 180 degrees turn, full rotation, and even some throw the ball between the legs. And this will be in play today. Daniel Longini will give us an exhibition in that technique of throwing the ball between the legs. It's an incredible throwing action. The ball used is a similar size to a basketball and has 2 bells inside to allow the players to hear the ball. Alessandro Tosin, coach since 2023. He was the head coach of the Brazilian men's team, goalball, 13 years. Raz Shoham has coached Israel to 2 silver and 3 bronze medals at the ISR European Championships. The court is separated into 3 sections. You have the 2 team areas that are directly in front of the goals, and the neutral area, which is either side of the centre line. Players must bounce the ball twice when they throw the ball, once in the team area, once in the neutral area. The referee's going through the process of checking the eye patches and the blackout eye shades. All the players have to wear blackout eye shades. It creates a level playing field across the game. Players can use the frame of the goal, and also the court lines are slightly raised to navigate their way around the court.
Welcome to this game between Brussels to my left and Israel to my right. I remind the audience, please be quiet while the ball is in play and turn off your cell phones. Thank you very much. Brussels will start with the ball. Quiet, please. Set up.
Brazil taking on Israel. Women's side of the competition. Danielle Longini with this really unique throwing style, positioning herself next to the frame of the goal and releasing the ball through her legs. Ben David showing off the rotation throw. She is one of the finest players to watch. Twirls like a ballerina in the air. Beautiful throwing style. Great balance and poise. Lots of practice goes into the throwing styles. Players using the frame of the goal and the court markings, which are slightly raised. It allows the players to navigate their way around the court. The centre player for the two teams is often a coordinator of the defence. Has to work with her two wing players to close the gaps to a right and left. Working in partnerships. Longini has a set routine. Going up to the crossbar. Positioning herself and throwing the ball between her legs. And that is also a tremendous save from Longini. Getting into position. Players have to throw the ball and make sure it bounces twice, once in their team area, which is in front of the goal, and the neutral area, which is in the centre of the court. Those two sections either side of the centre line. Has to bounce twice for it to be a valid throw. Lihi Ben David generating a lot of power in that throw. 43 goals at the IPSA World Championships in 2022. He certainly knows how to find the back of the net. Or Mizrahi with a flowing pink hair, playing on the right side of the three for Israel. Players will try and generate a bit of spin on the ball as well to catch out their opponents. It's not necessarily about power, how hard you can throw the ball. Sometimes the slower throws with a bit of spin are the ones to catch out a team. On this occasion, Gabriele Brito decides not to throw the ball quickly. Centre player often just talking with their teammates and reorganising that defence. And that was a quick return from Longini, and that's a real skill to throw the ball between your legs and without positioning yourself at the goal frame. It takes a lot of confidence and practice to perfect that move. Oh, and it's a brilliant save from Mizrahi. She anticipated that ball so well. Going left and then going right. Incredible work from Mizrahi. Having to shift your entire body whilst listening to the ball is such a unique skill. And perfected so well there by Mizrahi. Game of goalball is 2 halves of 12 minutes, but the clock does stop every time the ball goes out. And that's a really nice effort from Ben David. Skimming it across the floor, spinning away from Brito. The referee reminding the audience that they need to be quiet whilst the ball is in play. Even if a player makes a brilliant save, the ball will still be live on the court. And they need to be given the best opportunity to hear the bells in the ball. Ball weighs 1.25 kilograms, which is similar to a standard bag of sugar, which you may find at home. It certainly is a workout trying to throw a goal ball. Crowd getting into the action here at the South Paris Arena. But once that ball is live, they have to fall silent. Lovely effort from Lima, just guiding that ball. Brazil, fourth at the previous two Paralympic Games in Tokyo and Rio. They've certainly come close to their first medal at the Paralympic Games. Players can make noises as long as it's made before the ball has been thrown. Quick reply from Ben David. Good thinking from Ben David. Didn't quite get the accuracy, but the thinking was right. She realised that Longini was out of her natural left wing position and she tried to respond quickly. Anticipation of picking the ball up in one motion. So that ball was thrown away from the court as a team has 10 seconds to throw the ball back after the initial contact of the ball. If you fail to throw the ball inside 10 seconds, you will receive a penalty. Both teams shaping up nicely in defence. Who can make the breakthrough in attack? Longini trying her best with an effort towards the left pocket. Players will often try and aim for those gaps between the centre and the wing players. Quick reply from Brito. Coming close on that occasion. Longini had it covered though. But Israel are certainly asking questions. The defensive part of the game for Danielle Longini. And a timeout has been called by Israel. The team has allowed 4 timeouts during a match. However, if you fail to take one of those timeouts before half-time, you will lose it. A tight game so far between Brazil and Israel. Both teams defensively very solid. Misrahi wasting no time after the timeout to throw the ball. Tactic used to try and catch out your opposition. Not giving them time to reset after the timeout. And David changing up her angle of her throw. Switching things up, trying to create different problems for Brazil. And that one does squeeze through on this occasion. And it's Orna Mizrahi who breaks the deadlock for Israel. Fantastic footwork from Orna Mizrahi. Shifting from left to right, trying to move and manipulate the Brazil defence and squeezing it through that gap. Excellent play from Orna Mizrahi. An excellent response from Brazil. Backed up by a solid save from Mizrahi. And now, suddenly, that momentum has shifted more towards Israel. The confidence is growing in this first half. It's an equipment check. Players cannot touch their eye shades unless they are given permission from the referee. On this occasion, it's just a simple shoelace. David just tiptoeing her way across the team area and unleashing a brilliant throw. It flew past the Brazil defence. Power and precision from Lihi Ben David. After a tense 9 minutes, Israel now lead by 2-0. Goals from Mizrahi and Ben David. The difference so far. That was excellent from Ben David. Mizrahi just using the frame of the goal to position herself on the court. Players will use the court lines that are slightly raised to navigate their way around the court. And also players will make sure to switch up their angle of throw, not necessarily just stick to their left or right or centre position. Danielle Longini coming off for Brazil. Jessica Vitorino. Coming on for Brazil. 12 goals in Tokyo. Straight into the thick of the action. Jessica Vitorino. And she slots into the left of the three for Brazil. Testing out the centre player for Israel, Rani Oheyon. Has certainly been key to their solid defensive work. Rani Oheyon. And a tester from Ben David. Really made Lima work for that one. Angling towards that corner of the goal. Lima had it covered. Team penalty for noise against Brazil. Once that ball has been thrown, you cannot make any further noise as the attacking team. And Israel can choose who they would like to face. Ben David, no surprises here. One of the best throwers for Israel. Makes it 3. Easy as you like for Lihi Ben David. Well, after a tight and tense start to the game, Israel are seizing the initiative and lead by 3-0. Lots to think about for Brazil. Ben David comes off the court. Excellent start to the match for Ben David. 2 goals to a name. Elam Mohamed Rusin comes on for Israel. Vitorino getting a big run up. Starting beneath the goal, going right up towards that neutral area, which is either side of the centre line. As long as you throw the ball before the neutral area, and once in the neutral area, it is a valid throw. Israel just taking their time a little bit here. Nice bounce delivery from Mohamed Rusin. He created history in Rio as she scored the first Paralympic goal for the Israel women's team. Competing the 3rd Paralympic Games was Elam Mohamed Rusin. Israel defensively have been brilliant so far. They've worked so well as a unit. Understated for Heon, the centre player. They've been keeping this together really nice. Nicely fought, Israel. Plenty to think about for the Brazil head coach, Alessandro Tosim. Eli Brito decides to throw the ball. Only a fourth throw of the match. Quick reply from Lima. Nice thinking. Israel alert to that quick response. Vitorino setting herself up by going back to the goal and scoring. Just what they needed, Brazil, to give them a spark, to give them a boost going towards half-time. They've finally got through the Israel defence that has been so solid during this first half. That goal will not count, as the half-time hooter had already gone. A fascinating first half. It was 0-0 for roughly 9 minutes, and then Israel took the initiative. But an important moment just before half-time for Brazil. The two teams will switch ends of the court, which offers up different angles and different opportunities for the players. Certain players and coaches prefer different sides of the court. They're set up for an intriguing second half. That goal from Brazil just before half-time, giving them an opportunity and a morale boost going into the second half. Tremendous support from the crowd, and they've been entertained on the court. Mizrahi, first goal for Israel in the match. And this was sublime from Lehi Ben David. Beautifully placed between the centre and right wing player. This was to make it 3-0. And she made no mistake. Ben David slotting it into the back of the net. An important moment just before half-time. Vitorino with a crucial goal seconds before the half-time hooter. Two teams have switched ends of the court. Work to do for Brazil. But Israel, other than that goal they conceded just before half-time, they're absolutely outstanding.
Half-time score is Israel 3, Brazil 1. Half-time substitution is for Israel, out number 5 and 1, in number 3 and 6. Israel start the second half with the ball. Quiet, please. Center.
And David back on the court. And immediately testing Lima. She's got a beautiful action. Ben David. Full rotation throw. It's a real art to perfect. She's a delight to watch. Ben David, flag bearer for Israel during the opening ceremony, making an impact on the court. The ball has to bounce twice when you throw the ball. Once in your team area, which is directly in front of the goal, and once in the neutral area, which is either side of the centre line. And David just leaning on the crossbar. That allows players to navigate their way around the team area, and also using the court markings, which are tactile, slightly raised, means players can navigate their way around, and that one squeezes through. Mizrahi gets her second. And Israel's fourth of the match. Brilliant start to the second half for Mizrahi. Great save, tipping it over the crossbar. That positioning on the court when you lie down, just slightly raising your hip to ramp the ball over the top of the crossbar. You don't necessarily need to use your hands all the time. An excellent reply after a superb save, and Brazil bounce back immediately. Lima with the finish. That's Lima's first goal of the match. Potentially a big one. David moving across her team area. Players don't have to stick in their position on the left or the right or the centre of the court. You can move around, change the angle, create different throwing options. That's a really good testing throw from Vitorino. Players can go right up to the neutral area as long as the ball is thrown and bounced at least once in the team area. You can go as high as you can in those two sections in front of the goal. It comes with a lot of risk, a lot of potential rewards as well. Timeout called by Israel. The coach is noticing something just before when David was about to throw. Teams can use 4 timeouts during a match. One of those timeouts has to be used in the first half. Otherwise, you lose one of your timeouts. So Ben David just throwing the ball out of the court to try and avoid a 10-second penalty. He used up a few seconds just before the timeout, and that clock was still running. So he just threw the ball out of play to concede a ball over. Torino just changing her angle, moving from left to right and giving Israel something to think about, and certainly tested for Mizrahi. But she moves so quickly from side to side. In the first half, she pulled off a brilliant save. As she was tiptoeing her way left, she flung herself to her right and pushed it away. Great balance and timing. Ball over, back to Brazil. So once that ball crosses over the centre line after you've made the defensive action, it goes back to the team who initially threw the ball. Sometimes it's just the simple bits of equipment that need to be dealt with. A simple shoelace. For Vitorino. Excitement in the crowd, but they need to be silent once the ball is in play. The ball has 2 bells inside. This allows all the players to hear the ball. Mizrahi just changing her angle of throw. Players just moving around the team area. They try and hug that ball to try and make sure they make as little sound as possible as they move around the team area. Katia Silva coming on the court for Brazil. Silva started playing goalball in 2015. And 9 years on is competing in the second Paralympic Games. Nearly perfect from David. The space was there, inches away from another goal for Israel. Quick reply, good thinking by Vitorino. She realised early that Ben David was out of position and she tried to catch her out. Ben David in position though quickly. Players crouch down on the court when trying to make the block. They'll try and arc their body, their hip, to try and deflect the ball over the crossbar, so they don't necessarily always have to use their hands. And that was a stunning, spinning effort from Mizrahi. That movement there, beautiful to see from Mizrahi. It's almost impossible to defend. Vitorino with the response. Israel open up a 3-goal lead once again. And David just taking a moment and placing it through and into the back of the net. One brings two for Israel. Beautifully worked, manipulating that Brazil defense. And a timeout has been called by Brazil. They certainly need it. They need to reset here. Raz Shoham, the Israel coach. And some advice to the team. Has guided Israel to 2 silver and 3 bronze medals at the IPSA European Championships. An experienced coach. These two teams met at the 2022 World Championships. It was Israel who secured the victory at the World Championships and are on course to do so at the moment. Really well repositioned from Hamrani. Making that initial save, but getting up and back to the goal, having that awareness. Brilliant work from Hamrani. to make that initial save, but also to maneuver herself using the goal and the court markings. And that's a slightly loose throw from Ben David. And good teamwork in the end, realizing that they could concede a 10-second penalty. Throwing that ball away from the court. They concede the ball over. They don't concede a penalty, which could be crucial at this stage. But they concede a penalty now, and it's Ben David. The ball didn't bounce in the team area. It has to bounce twice. Once in the team area, once in the neutral area. Ben David has to face up to this penalty, but makes up for it with a superb save. Huge moments in the game. And Israel still have their 4-goal lead. Ball weighs 1.25 kilograms, which is equal to a standard bag of sugar that you may find at home. It's a brutal workout, having to stop that ball. A lot of physical energy goes into the game of goalball. Certainly a latter stage of the game. You feel it more as the game goes on. But Israel, so far throughout the match, have been excellent, certainly defensively. Good work from Misrahi, just trying to catch out Silva. And that important save from Silva turns into a third for Brazil. And it's just that awkward bounce. She just couldn't maneuver herself up high enough. Or Misrahi, she tried to use her leg as well to beat the ball away. An excellent bounce from Vitorino. It's 3 for Brazil. Still work to do, though. Brito coming off for Brazil. Giovanna Moura coming on for Brazil. Part of the squad at the 2022 IPSA World Championships. Was introduced to the sport by a friend 11 years ago. Now playing at a Paralympic Games. Misrahi, rotation throw. rotation throw is a skill that you build up over time, and you have to gain a lot of confidence to perform the skill. It's a way of players to build up some power in the throw. Trying to utilize all the space you have in the team area. It's not a huge run-up area as you run towards the neutral areas of the court, which are either side of the center line. So having that option to spin on the spot to just help you generate a little extra power. Fist across the court. Good return. Just about saved by Ben David on the line. Being forced back by Silva. Vitorino with that effort. And the game has just suddenly turned up a notch. Sense of urgency for Brazil. That's a good effort. And it squeezes in. Timing, pace, and the bounce matching up beautifully. And it just got away from Mizrahi, who has pulled off some brilliant saves during the game. Couldn't quite get to that throw on that occasion. And suddenly, after a period, long periods of control for Israel, Brazil suddenly are starting to motor. Timeout called by Israel. Important timeout. Communication, so crucial in goalball. And these are the moments where every word matters. And it's 7 for Israel. Despair for the Brazil coaching staff. Ben David, straight after the timeout, superbly placed, and it just couldn't be kept out. Jessica Vitorino comes off. Danielle Longini coming on. She started the game. Longini yet to score. Can she make the difference? Referee just having to calm the crowd down. It's an excellent atmosphere, but it has to be silent when the ball is live. This allows the players to hear those bells in the ball. Purposeful block. And Morat and the substitute, Longini, with this brilliant, unique throwing style. Going between the legs. Great return from Ben David. Matched up. A good save. Players will try and catch out their opponents with a quick return. Mizrahi using the space in the team area to build up some power. As long as that ball bounces once in the team area, you can go as high as you can up to the neutral area, which are the two areas either side of the centre line. One flicks up, and does it deflect into the back of the net? It does. Really unfortunate for Brazil. That spin causing a little bit of panic, but as the ball just looped up into the air, it can either fall straight onto the floor or hit a body. And on this occasion, it deflects into the back of the net. Sometimes they fall for you, sometimes they don't. Good testing effort from Longini. Or Mizrahi, who has been superb throughout the game. It's a warm reception from the team. Noah Malka on the court for Israel. Part of the team at the Paralympic Games in Tokyo. Making a first contribution with a save. Longini just tucking herself between the crossbar and the post, just trying to position herself using the frame of the goal. Longini, right idea, but Ben David, quick as a flash, was in position. Sense of urgency for Brazil. Just under 1 minute remaining. Well, teams are allowed 4 substitutions during a game. And just like timeouts, they need to use one of their substitutions during the first half. Otherwise, they lose that substitution. So they can't carry it over into the second half. They can't have 4, but they can have 3. And Israel making the most of their substitutions. Noah Malka eager to throw the ball. The players have to wait for that call from the referee. That simple call of play. Longini throwing the ball between her legs. Mora throwing for Brazil, only a 5th throw of the match. It's the centre player. They are the players who can coordinate with their teammates, left and right, to organise the defence. Now Malka trying to add a final flourish to the scoreline. Final few seconds, and Israel can take their time here. And a brilliant result for Israel. An outstanding team effort.
Final score of the game, Israel 8, Brazil 4.
A solid display from Israel throughout the match. And they secure the victory. Brazil certainly pushed them in the second half. The first 9 minutes of the first half was scoreless. That first goal for Israel kick-started the game. And they continued that fine form to produce a brilliant result. Mutual respect between the two teams. A really competitive match. Lots of positives and things to work on for both teams going forward. Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Ben David, outstanding once again. A tremendous player to watch. Brilliant result for Israel. Brazil, things to work on going forward. It finishes 8-4 to Israel.
We hope you have enjoyed the first session. Thank you for being part of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. The next session here at South Paris Arena 6-4 Goalball is today for a men's preliminary round match between France and Islamic Republic of Iran at 1:15 p.m. followed by a women's preliminary match between Japan and Canada at 2:45 p.m.
So the key stat, of course, at the top, Israel 8 goals to 4. And despite conceding that penalty, it was a great save from Ben David.
Le comité d'organisation de Paris 2024 tient à remercier tous les volontaires pour le temps et le dévouement qu'ils consacrent à la réussite des Jeux paralympiques de Paris 2024.
Standings from Pool C, and the women's goalball.
For their time and dedication toward making the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games a success.
Retrouvez le Superstore et la fan zone avec écran géant et point de restauration à l'extérieur du hall.
You can find the Superstore and the fan zone with a giant screen and food outlets outside the hall.
A great session of goalball at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. It started with a great result for Brazil in the men's side of the competition against the United States of America. They certainly went through the gears in the second half, and it was an outstanding performance from Israel in our second game. A real team effort, which resulted in an 8-4 victory against Brazil.
We hope you enjoyed the competition and thank you for your participation of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Please take care exiting from the venue, and remember, Paris 2024 staff are here to help should you require any assistance.